Hello, my name is Ed Maynard and I am a technology integrator for the Niagara Falls City School District. I will be sharing our 3-year experiences within the Learning Technology Grant as our final review. We entitled our project, The Evolution of Personalized Learning for High School Students. If you would like to contact members of our team to discuss any details of the program, please feel free using the following information. The Niagara Falls City School District is classified as a small city school district with 6,800 students and most recently a graduation rate of 83%. The amount of residents living below the poverty level comes in at 44%. The median family income is $41,137, while the economically disadvantaged families are at 80%, all far below the New York State average. As one can see, we are faced with many challenges in the city of Niagara Falls, and our district has always used technology as the great equalizer. The purpose of our project. As with most educationally based grants, the focus needs to be on student learning. Sharing this table with you, I have changed and highlighted a slightly different segment, our graduation rate from 2019 and 2020. As one can see, our graduation rate needed attention, and with the use of this grant, along with other grassroots programs created by our administrative team, an increase has occurred. Secondly, we wanted to utilize the concept of the flipped classroom that some of our teachers have adopted to see if we could increase student engagement due to an increase in time and flexibility in schedule. So ultimately, what were our goals of the grant? Well, we distinguished our goals using 2 scenarios that came to the forefront that deemed the most pertinent and relevant to the scope of the grant. Scenario 1. Joey started the year off on a bad foot, but is now determined to turn it around during the 30-week marking period. He asked for all of the assignments from the beginning of the school year. Historically, a teacher would create lengthy packets or make-up projects for the students to complete by a new deadline. While some students would take to the task, others would simply submit half-completed or work done with minimal effort. This scenario ultimately created our first goal: digital credit recovery. Digital credit recovery provides students the opportunity to complete back work with fidelity, and it also has some major advantages. First of all, digital credit recovery speaks the student language using short videos, graphics, and music. It involves minimal teacher planning as the course content has already been created by district teachers and shared within our new learning management system, Schoology. Digital credit recovery uses no paper packets, thus saving the district thousands of dollars in paper costs. While there is some grading of back work, many assessments can be created with an auto-grade feature, saving the teacher's time. Lastly, teachers can easily monitor students in real time using our new learning management system. In the end, it's a student win, teacher win, and administrative win situation. Scenario 2. A second scenario also came to fruition when discussing the goals of our plan. Jayla wanted to accelerate her coursework to create a more flexible schedule her senior year for potential internship opportunities. Under the current traditional school model, there aren't many avenues to accomplish this. On the flip side, there are junior and senior students in need of repeating courses that they may have failed in the past, but again, the current model doesn't allow for a student to fit that into their schedule. Digital credit accrual has then evolved as our second goal. Digital credit accrual has its advantages as well. Once again, the model speaks the student language using short burst videos with follow-up work. Students move at their own pace on their own time. School no longer has to end at 3 p.m. During COVID, we actually discovered many of our students completing work late at night, since the need to work a job immediately after school is necessary. Students can get ahead of schedule to free up time for valuable internship placements during their senior year. On the opposite end, students who fail the course can now retake the course without falling far behind. Those students feel the real pressure the most. Trying to make up a course from 2 years prior, along with taking new courses, adds extremely high amounts of stress, thus adding to high dropout rates or lower graduation rates. Staffing issues can also be addressed as coursework can be done outside the parameters of an 8 to 3 day. While the primary goals of the grant was to personalize education for the high school student, the focus evolved into individualized credit recovery and credit accrual programs. So where was the focus of our grant? Niagara Falls High School reaped the rewards of the Generous Learning Technology Grant the most. It's a school of 2,000 students with varying socioeconomic and ethnic backgrounds. However, many of the training sessions, particularly within the learning management system, has begun to be accepted by younger grades and teachers as seeking out new techniques and skills utilized in the grant. Our timeline of the grant. In looking at our timeline of the grant over the last 3 years, in year 1, 2021-22, the first thing we did was we purchased equipment: cameras, video equipment, video capture software, sound equipment, lighting, a learning management system, and other various supplies. We identified 3 high school courses with high amounts of at-risk students, and we identified teachers and established roles for course creation. In year 2, 2022-23, purchase of a supplemental equipment such as a different learning management system occurred. We identified 8 new high school courses for expansion of the program. Once again, we identified teachers and established roles for course creation, and we piloted the 2021-22 courses at Niagara Falls High School. In year 3, 2023-24, we identified 3 new high school courses for the expansion of the program, and again identified teachers and established their roles, piloted the 2022-23 courses at Niagara Falls High School, and the courses being built during the 23-24 school year will be piloted during the 24-25 school year. So how did we accomplish our goals? Step number 1, recruitment of teachers. Recruiting the right teachers is critical. We tried to recruit at least 2 teachers from each subject area. We also enlisted the insights of special education teachers and other staff. The teachers did not necessarily have to be technology masters. They just needed to have a good work ethic and an understanding that what we are trying to accomplish was good for all students. Step 2, assigning roles. Once the teams of 2 or 3 were picked, certain roles had to be established. The roles of content designers, digital editors, and producers were introduced, each having their own unique task. The content designers were responsible for providing all content, course materials, and activities aligned to New York State and Niagara Falls City School District standards. They were also to create 10-minute or less videos of direct instruction for asynchronous or synchronous work. And lastly, the creation of formative and summative assessments were also the responsibility of the content designers. The digital editors would import the videos into WeVideo, add intros, audio, text overlays, callouts, and background music. They converted any hard copy assignments into digital content, both in Word and PDF format. They provided support in locating resources for the content specialist, and the digital editors also submitted all work to a team's private channel, which restored all the work before uploading into Schoology. Finally, the producers. The producers were primarily the technology integrators, myself and David St. Ange. Our job was to provide all training of the above tasks, oversee designers and editors, create student and teacher-friendly final products ready for classroom use, review and incorporate any new learning management systems as needed per grant standards. We created training videos for students on how to function within the LMS, and train all future teachers in the use of course content and the LMS. Step 3, supplying equipment and PD for our teachers. Once the roles were established, teachers were given professional development, instruction, and tutorials on how to use newly purchased equipment for the grant. Cameras, drones, lighting, green screen technology, screen capture software, sound tools, and other various streaming and recording tools were taught to teachers in order to provide them with the best resources possible to make engaging videos and other course content. Upon making videos, the following parameters were used. Step 1. The first step in making a quality video is to make sure you plan out the lesson. Make sure your objectives are clear. Make sure there are appropriate videos that are going to be used, using PowerPoint or WeVideo, and also implement a picture-in-a-picture component to the video in order to maintain a human contact. Recording the video. We wanted to keep it short, one topic per video, high interest, animating their voice, adding humor, add annotations and callouts, zoom ins and zoom outs, and make sure that the video is copyright friendly. Upon editing videos, we found that editing videos was a very time-consuming task, but super important. Remove mistakes, highlighting and reinforcing with visual cues, and adding accessibility features. Upon publishing the videos, teachers would then take the videos and upload them into Schoology. And then also, finally, providing notes so that students can follow along in the video using either Cornell style of notes or a guided note-taking. Step 4. Allowing time to create lessons. Allowing teachers ample time to create their lessons is the most critical component of the work. Having sufficient time to create and modify lessons is paramount to the quality of the program. One 10-minute lesson, if done correctly, could take 30 to 45 minutes to produce and be used by a student. This was one of our biggest hurdles throughout the entire grant. We found that 2 people making a brand new course needed at minimum 10 days of focused and intense work to complete the project. Sample lessons. I would like to share with you some short snippets of lessons created by our teachers under the grant. Mind you, these are simply the intros, which gives you a quick demonstration as to the job of the content designer and video editor as well.
Students to Unit 1.1, Introduction of a Democracy. In this unit, we'll be discussing the concepts of a constitutional democracy and the foundations of our U.S. government. In a constitutional democracy, we have a representative form of government. This is where we elect our politicians through a fair and free elections.
So in this segment of our writing workshop that we're doing here remotely, we are going to be talking about a personal narrative. What is a personal narrative? A personal narrative is something that is a story about you, about something in your life, someone that was notable, someone who maybe you would like to tell a story about, or something that's happened to you. So I'm going to relate to you a personal narrative about me.
Lastly, I would like to provide you with some helpful tips. Here are some of the helpful tips if you plan on creating the same program in your schools. Tip number 1, find the right teachers. Not necessarily the best with the best technology usage, but they have to be the best workers and people who can work in a team. Give teachers time to work, even allowing a second year to modify and clean up lessons. Provide clear samples and models of lessons to maintain consistency throughout the program. Be flexible and be patient. This is new for everyone, new for students, new for teachers. Create videos for students on how to function and navigate in the learning management system, as most students will be performing all tasks individually. And lastly, be sure that all directions are clear and concise for teachers and students. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching our program. And once again, if you would like to contact any member of our team to discuss our program in more detail, please do so with the following information. Thank you.